We're all good?
All good.
Yeah, but what we're building, what I was going to show on my screen actually was a little demo of like an RPG game that I made in 30 minutes. And the reason why it's a little bit interesting, because on here it's a bunch of free assets and really shitty UI, is because it was actually made using AI. And so what we've made is we made a system to make it so that game objects can be understood by traditional LLMs like Claude and GPT models. So we're trying to make it so that game developers have a specific AI model for you guys, because I'm sure many of you probably tried ChatGPT and it's pretty not great for game dev specific software engineering jobs or capabilities because it doesn't really understand game objects. So that's what we've been working on, and we've been able to spin up demos really quickly. I made a mobile demo that worked really great, like a mobile puzzle game in 30 minutes. I made an RPG little system in 30 minutes. I made a little bit of a racing game, that's why it was super cool. Where'd that guy go? Did he leave? The racing guy?
Yeah.
So it was really cool. I want to show him that as well. We were able to make a little bit of a racing demo in 30 minutes too. And so what we have right now, David, you can talk about that if you want to, the two features that we're working on.
Yeah, so we have like the chat functionality, and we also have like more of like an engine command where you can actually interact with your Unity editor. So do things such as making game objects, attaching scripts, even making scripts too. So we're focusing on like trying to have both of those, and like the chat one is probably more for like helping you debug, doing things like that. But yeah, like, but what we primarily wanted to focus on as well too was just providing context, because like we want to be different from like just ChatGPT, right? So we want the AI to understand what's going on in your scene, what it needs to change, do things like that. So we've been really focusing on that as well.
Yeah. We've got like pretty much we're really close to getting like a version that could be distributed, and we want to. The reason we wanted to present it here is because we want to have like a free beta period with people who are kind of interested to just play around with the tool, help us break it, because we want to see where the limitations are and see if we can push past those. So if anyone's interested, just like let me know. I'm on the Discord. David's here too. We're here. So that's kind of our goal. It'd be cool to show you guys, but
Yeah.
I got a Mac.
Just turn it around and maybe.
I mean, yeah. If people want to come, see, we can talk
On a
about
break,
it.
like we're gonna be.
Yeah, we'll have a break.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, for
But yeah.
this one we'll do a break and then people can walk in.
Cool. I guess that's it from us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Yeah, if there's any questions or concerns or anything. Cool. Thank you so much. Yeah. So this was actually made in 30 minutes with just prompts. So it's actually like an RPG system. All the models are obviously free assets from the package store. And I said, like, for example, how would I make the animations? How do I get the attack to work? So this is the health bar of the enemy. This entirely was coded by the AI. I even asked it, okay, let me have abilities, right? So the blue ability, if I press 1, it actually doubles my attack. So here's my attack right now. If I press the blue ability, my next attack does double damage. And that was completely coded by the AI.
Oh, wow.
So right here, this is kind of what we have right now. It's like a little bit of a chat interface, and you can select any of the select models. So for example, I like to use Claude because it's very, I guess, efficient. And it's super simple. You just drag and drop your character in here. So now it's able to parse through that game object and understand it. And then I have a prompt that I didn't want to retype, so I just have it here. And I can paste that in. And what this is going to do is it's going to go ahead and analyze the scripts, the game objects, anything that might be relevant to the character. And it's going to go ahead and actually help me implement this. Let's see. Right now I'm running it all locally and it's all on my hotspot, so it's a little bit slower, but you can see, I'm going to actually show you my code after, but you'll see that this code is following the exact same styling and guidelines as my code. So it's making sure to make it so it's super simple, and once it's done generating, I can easily just copy it into my code. So that's the chat functionality right now. What's super exciting that we're going to be working on after this. So yeah, it's even referencing the enemy health script, which I didn't even have to attach that. It just knows because I can actually show you in the script right now. I have so much shit open. But like in the player attack script, you'll see that a lot of this is the same. So like it has reference to the enemy health script, so it can make inferences based off of what's available to it, and it can kind of guesstimate off that. So that's the first mode that we're working on. The second mode, I guess maybe you could talk about that. Let me just finish this off right quick. So this first mode is for like debugging and helping you with like really in-depth problems.
Right.
And the second mode, David, you can talk about it.
So this one's more for like if you want to prototype real quick. So that's how I was mentioning about like how it can generate scripts for you, game objects, do all the like the simple tedious things that you don't really want to do every time in a project. So that's what that one's more for.
Yeah. So for example, for this scene, I had to go ahead and like place the enemy, place this, place the ground, set up all the rigid bodies. I don't want to have to do that, right? I just want to be able to prototype really, really quickly with prompts.
Right.
That's what we're working on. I think we're a couple days away from getting that out, and hopefully when we distribute the beta, we'll have it so that people can use that. But we want to make a system that you can prototype really quickly, and then the other system where you can get really, really in depth because we're using the top of the line models and we've made our own algorithm to parse through the game objects. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it called?
It's called IndieBuff. I can get your email if you want and let you know where you can join the Discord.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll remember.
Yeah? IndieBuff. Okay, cool. What was your game called again?
Ooze Raid.
Ooze Raid. And you said you make music, right?
Yep.
That's really cool because I actually really like the music. I used to try to make music and I was so shit.
I played music my whole life.
So I always appreciate when people
So when I
can
got
make
into game dev, I was like,
Yeah.
it kind of encouraged me to make my own music
Yeah,
for
yeah.
it. So
Do you have like a Spotify or something? Oh, nothing?
I have like a project called Shrouded. I did a work term for Daniel.
Uh-huh.
So I made like a whole soundtrack for that game. It's on my YouTube.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
check it out.
You have an itch page too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. On the NS Game Dev Discord, I
Yeah,
post myself.
so like I always appreciate like music people a lot because I tried it myself. I realized, okay, yeah, this is way too hard.
It's tough.
Yeah, so that's sick.
When you get into music theory and stuff, that's the rabbit hole that most people get down.